Welcome into Illini Drive. It is a huge night in Illini athletics. Illinois taking on number 19 Ohio State in Columbus. If they win, the Illini will have a chance to crown themselves Big Ten champions on Sunday against Iowa if they get another win there. But first, they have to win tonight. We've got a Thursday crew, including Nithin. I think this is the first or second time he's produced.
Second time producing. I think third time I want to say on the Thursday show.
Yeah, I like you on the Thursday show.
Yeah.
I like you on our show in general.
Thank you.
I like
Thank
the
you,
takes.
Alex.
They're very measured. They're not over the top. They're just like leveled.
Thank you.
I like it.
Appreciate that. I like everyone's takes on the show, including Carson and Clair.
I do too. Of course. Carson, how you doing today?
I'm doing good. I was good. I woke up at 12:30, so missed both my classes. It's been good. Just been looking forward to this Ohio State game.
What classes did you miss?
I missed nutrition, and I forget the other one.
So two classes.
Politics and hip hop.
So two classes that don't matter.
Yeah, pretty much.
Attaboy.
Yeah.
What'd you skip?
College is important. Every class matters. Come on, Alec.
Have you taken like
There's some really.
Atmos one? Have you taken Econ 102 with Vasquez?
I've taken a community college, but
Yeah, Econ
Different
102
story.
is quite the interesting class at the university.
It
It's very notorious for its flipped structure. That's always interesting.
It depends on who you get for the class.
I had Vasquez, so
We got Dockage calling this game. I'm excited.
Yeah, we do have Dan Dockage. Yeah, we do.
My boy.
Your boy?
Yeah.
You
I
do-
always like Dockage. I like guys
God.
with big personalities. Like,
Okay, we were talking about this yesterday on the show I interned for about like who we like and who we don't like calling games. And I don't mind Dan Dockich when he just sticks to like his basketball like analytical knowledge.
his IQ.
Like when he tries to like predict the game, like he just sounds like an idiot.
Do you remember the
Yeah.
one like this isn't going to end well for Illinois? And
Yeah,
then
like
Iowa
that's
hits the three?
notorious.
Yeah.
Or like all the time he's like, "Oh, this free throw is gonna go in," and then it clanks off the backboard. like you don't need to predict the game. Like you're not helping yourself, dude. Like just give your analytical knowledge. Like you actually know what you're talking about. I feel like.
Well, he was a good coach at Bowling Green. He was there for like 12 years. He was Indiana's coach for a little bit. Like the guy is a knowledgeable dude, but he's just so like bashful. That's the thing.
yeah. Interesting that he was the IU coach because Illinois' most previous win was a 67-66 pretty scrappy game against Indiana.
Yeah, that was a good game. You
Yeah.
know,
Okay.
Going in tonight, though, what are your guys' expectations? How like excited / concerned are you for tonight? Like, do you feel like Illinois is gonna win tonight?
no, probably not. To be honest, it's gonna be like a 70-60 game. Like they're not gonna get blown out, I don't think. But Ohio State's on fire. So
Yeah, Ohio State's won 8 of 10. Illinois won their last 4 after coming off a 4-game losing streak, which was prior to a 7-game winning streak, and it's not off to a good start. Kofi has a foul like 14 seconds in. Ohio State has a layup. They just missed one, so Ohio State's up 2-0.
Yeah, and what's interesting is personal take here. My grandmother is an Ohio State alum, and when I was coming to U of I, she's like, "We're gonna beat you in sports," and I'm like, sure. And
well, I kind of
then-
have.
Yeah, to be fair, my grandma wasn't wrong, but
they haven't played in football since what, 2015?
17, I think.
17? Oh, that was like
Yeah.
52-14. I remember
Yeah,
that now.
they haven't played since I've been here, and I
Yeah.
started in 2018.
I was at that game.
You drove down to Columbus?
No, it was here. Oh no, I was here the last time they played here.
Was that
was the
15,
blowout,
28-3? Was it Elliott and stuff?
Yeah, it was like close though after the first quarter, and I was
Right.
like, wow, maybe Illinois is not going to get blown out. And
It
then
was
they proceeded.
was
to
it like
get
the
blown
week
out.
before Thanksgiving or something like that?
Yeah, it was
I
like-
vaguely
Yeah,
remember
it's
it.
always around Thanksgiving, so
You want to hear something crazy? Illinois hasn't beaten Ohio State at home since like 1990, but they won in Columbus in like 2001
As
or
it-
2000.
didn't
2007.
Illinois beat Ohio State last year?
In what?
In men's
You're Carson,
basketball?
you're
Yeah,
talking
basketball.
football though, right?
Yeah, I was talking about football.
Football, they won.
Yeah, I
I
was
thought
talking
you were
about
talking about
football.
basketball. And I was like, wait a minute.
No.
Football was 07 though. They won.
That was at Ohio State.
Yeah,
I'm saying
yeah.
in
And that was the-
Champaign.
Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, my bad. So yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
07. And then
Yeah. Yeah, because Illinois went to Columbus and defeated then number 1 Ohio State, and that was the year they went to the Rose Bowl.
In other news, Illinois turned it over 3 times prior to the 18-minute mark of the first half, so that's not good. But what do you expect? I mean, I feel like Illinois just turns it over a lot in the beginning of games, and they kind of gather themselves. Ohio State just hit another layup.
Oh, you're ahead of me.
I'm sorry. We had this
we have the
problem a
same
week
time.
or so ago.
We got the same.
You had
We
like
need a
8
TV in here so we could just watch the game through
Yeah.
that. That'd be nice.
I like that idea. Nathan, you want to supply the TV?
Because Ohio State
I
is.
have
I mean,
a TV
I'll-
in my room.
I'll offer like $5 for that.
That's more than I could fit into my budget right now.
Wow.
Are the
Okay.
Buckeyes still
Kofi just
missing
picked
the
up
Big
his
Mac?
second foul.
Who's the
Oh,
big guy?
okay,
Ohio
you got
State's
it.
still missing.
You're ahead of me. This is
Okay,
a
I'm
problem.
sorry. I'm going to spoil it for you because Kofi just got his second foul.
Okay, I just saw the
Oh.
foul.
That was a really questionable call. by the
Yeah.
way. That's a flop and a half.
Ah, you
Well,
extend the arm.
That's still a flop.
He's selling it. I
Yeah.
don't know if it's a flop,
He
but he's
sold
selling
it.
it.
well, I have to say.
Okay, no, that was a flop.
Oh, no,
I
they
saw the
called it a
replay.
block. My bad.
Oh, they
I thought
did?
they called it
Okay.
a charge.
But he did, yeah. He did get his shoulder in him, which
And
isn't great.
it's super difficult to win on the road in the Big Ten.
Yes.
Illinois is actually one of the best, if not the best, team at winning on the road in the Big Ten.
I love DeMonte. I really do.
As an offensive player, too, Carson?
He's doing enough where it's like he's like before it was like there was 4 guys that can score in the court. Like there was no point. Like he's putting up enough of a fight where like you still have to like watch him.
Do you know how many 2-point baskets he has in Big Ten play?
Like
This stat is
1
going to
or
blow
2
your mind.
0.
4.
He has
One.
3.
3.
I think he has 3. He had a 2-point basket
Well,
in
there
the
was what?
opener against Maryland, a dunk against
I remember that dunk.
yeah. He's had an opening point basket against Maryland, Kofi dunk.
Was it January? He
called
didn't
the
score?
charge.
Yeah, he didn't score in January.
Yeah. Like, that's not a huge surprise, I feel like.
No, he's not very good offensively.
No,
He's shooting.
Well, I mean, that's
43%
also
from 3 in
it's
Big
also
Ten.
not
He's
his
starting
role.
to hit like 6 points a game with that defense. I don't know.
He's not scoring 6 points a game though.
Not, like recently, as of recently, whenever I look, it's like, okay, he has 5 points. Okay, he has 6 points. It's like, it's good enough.
I
don't-
mean,
With
I
the
like him
team
more
that
than
struggles to
Kipper.
score, you could use anything, honestly.
Kipper's been struggling, which is really interesting because like I felt like Kipper had found a role like earlier in the season, and he was starting to excel in that role. But now it's like he looks like he's not comfortable again. And I feel like the same thing kind of happened with Georgie, where it's just like he just didn't look comfortable. And now it's like their rotation has shrunk to where they're playing 6 or 7 guys. Like you're not seeing Kipper on the floor as much. You're not seeing Tevian Jones at all in the last like 3 games, which I'm personally a huge fan of because he doesn't give Illinois anything. But it's a good thing to see like Underwood like starting to get a consistent like group of players down the stretch that you feel like he trusts a little bit more than he probably did sending Tevian on the floor when Io was out.
It's nice that we do have that 5 right now. Like, it feels like it's Io, Kofi, Andres, Trent, and Allen. Like, those are the 5 down the stretch you really trust in really any two-way situation. And it's nice that we finally figured that out because we've had struggles throughout this year where we've been trying to, like, mix and match with lineups, especially last year, really. But now that we have this core group that we know is going to play together, basically, it almost feels like you have more confidence in this team.
Yeah, because you have a group that you can put on the floor that you know you can trust to at least give you consistent defense. And we were talking about this last week, I think on the Thursday show, and maybe the Tuesday show. Gabby was talking about how she wanted to see Illinois blow Northwestern out by like 10, 15 points. It was the Thursday show. And I just didn't think it was going to happen. And I don't think Illinois necessarily has the ability to like consistently blow a team out because they're not a very good offensive team. I think they're the 13th or 14th best 3-point shooting team in the Big Ten. They're right around there in 2-point field goal percentage as well. So it's hard to blow teams out when you are that poor of shooting team. But at the same time, when you play as good of defense as Illinois does, they have the number 1 or number 2 scoring defense in the Big Ten. You allow yourself to just stay in games to give yourself an opportunity. And that's like huge come tournament play because you don't have the opportunity to prepare for games as much as you would prior to that. And defense doesn't take as much preparation as offensive preparation does.
They got the Virginia problem, which is they're basically in every single game they play, even though, as we've seen, like Virginia was an amazing team last year. And obviously it's not the same as in the past, but the fact that like Illinois is consistently playing Northwestern close, they're playing Nebraska close, they're playing Minnesota close. It's these close games that they should be blowing out. But then on the flip side, they play Maryland close, they play Michigan State close, they play Iowa close.
They play to their competition.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and
That's
I
it.
was going to say that's the thing. With Northwestern especially, that's always kind of precarious. My brother goes to Northwestern, so we have a little bit of banter sometimes. But Illinois, I've noticed, since I've been here at least, Northwestern's always a very difficult matchup. I don't think Illinois has beaten Northwestern in football since I've been here. And
No.
in basketball, they started losing, and then Illinois has been pretty consistent in the last 12 months that the two teams have played.
I just feel like in the first media timeout just hit, Illinois is up 8-6, which is obviously a good start, and it's been kind of a mess to start the game. Caleb Wesson has 2 fouls, which is good for Illinois. He's one of the better bigs in the Big Ten. I feel like he
probably their best player, Ohio State's best player.
Yeah, I would say so. I would agree with that, actually.
Yeah, I think.
I mean, Luther Muhammad's a good player. Andre Weston's a good player. It's his senior night. DJ Carton not being there has really hurt him.
Yeah, DJ Carton's really good, and that's been a problem for this team. But yeah, Caleb Wesson is kind of like the energizing force behind this team.
Where does Caleb Wesson rank in your like Big Ten big man power rankings?
For me, he's number 2.
He's number 2?
What are we considering Lamar Stevens? That's the thing.
I don't think I consider him a 5.
Oh, are we just going 5s?
I'm going 5s.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Because he's a forward, but he's more of a slashing forward. So I would have put him ahead, but yeah, I'll probably go 2 then for Caleb Wesson.
Behind Garza?
Garza, yeah.
What about you, Carson? Where you got him at?
Who?
Caleb Wesson.
Oh, Wesson's top 3 for sure. He's one of the best.
Mm-hmm.
Claire?
Yep, I'm going to back up what everybody else has said. I think Wesson is one of the strongest players in the Big Ten.
No, yeah, he's awesome.
I feel like going into the year, I would have told you that Caleb Wesson was there, but I don't know if I can put him there now.
He's been quiet.
Because of what other people have done. Like, I think Garza to me is like the best big man
I think
in the
it's
Big
no
Ten.
question.
I think Jalen Smith has played better than him.
Ooh, that's true.
I think Oturu has played better than him on a consistent basis
Tillman.
as well.
See, I thought
Tillman's doing
Oturu
well.
maybe, but even Tillman,
Tillman started to play really
feeds
well
off
late.
of Cassius
He misses
Winston.
layups, though, sometimes.
Caleb Wesson is like their primary guy on
Yeah.
offense. That's
Yeah.
why it happened. Oturu was tough because he's another guy that they really go to.
He's
But
just like Garza. Like, their offense runs through Garza. Iowa's offense, well, kind of.
I was a weird
he gets
team.
20 shots a game.
Like,
I
he's
don't
not-
say an offense doesn't run through something.
But I don't
when you
even-
shoot it 20 times a game.
It doesn't feel like it feels like he's the guy that scores for the team, not necessarily that they run their offense through him. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, I get what you're saying because Iowa has so many good shooters like Wieskamp and
Because there's this motion-based offense,
Yeah.
and then they have this elite player in Luka Garza that
Yeah.
they're just giving touches to because he's shooting 60% from the field or 60% from 2. Sorry,
it's some absurdly high percentage, but he
Yeah.
gets like 20 shots a game.
yeah, he's 54% from the field, and he's scoring 24 points a game.
How many shots
Yeah.
is he getting a game? Does it show you?
Let me see, 17.
That's why I was close to it.
So-
20.
Yeah, I mean, and he doesn't get to the line a ton, so that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, and even more impressive. Actually, I have the article right here. According to Black Hard Gold Pants, which is Iowa's equivalent to the Champagne Room, Garza broke Iowa's single season scoring record.
Yeah, well, he averages like 23 points per game.
So I mean, I get inevitable, but still,
Who was it before? Was it B.J. Armstrong?
I'm not sure. Let me check.
That's a good question.
'Cause-
I wouldn't know who it is.
Yeah, I mean, I guess B.J. 'cause
Was it
that's
Peter
like,
Jock? No, not Peter Jock. He was
I
good,
don't
though.
know.
Iowa's had a lot of really good players.
They've had good, but never like Luka Garza level. Like they've always had these guys that average between I want to say 13 and 16 points per game.
What would you feel like if Illinois became Iowa? They were just the next Iowa. They make the tournament 4 out of 5 years.
Oh, I'd be so happy with
Iowa
that.
makes a tournament every year.
Yeah.
And they're a top
Yeah.
25 team every year.
You would be fine.
Iowa's-
Like, no Sweet 16s. Like, would you take that?
I feel this is
I
like
see what you mean. Yeah.
this
You know
is
what
a
I mean?
quality
Yeah.
conversation to have. And I love this conversation because I feel like if Illinois gets to Iowa's level on a consistent basis in football and basketball, they're going to be able to get higher than Iowa because they can recruit at a higher level
In
than
Chicago,
Iowa.
Yeah, and
they
I
got a
think-
pipeline.
Especially
I think
basketball.
because
Yeah.
Illinois has a closer proximity to Chicago. We're 2 hours away from the city versus 4 for Iowa. But there is, you guys are right, that there's that stronger connection between the two towns. And I think, with most of the student body being from Illinois, I think that also helps with recruiting. So I think overall, in the end, Illinois would have the in-state recruiting advantage there.
Do you guys buy into the idea that I forget who said it, but I think it was like Kendall Gill, where and 3-pointer by Illinois.
Andres,
We're up.
Sorry. Are you still behind?
I'm still behind you. Yeah, you put the threes up, and I'm just like trying to watch it. And I'm like, what's gonna happen?
Sorry.
But what I was saying is, do you guys buy into the fact that like the state tournament is not in Illinois anymore, like in Champaign? It's at Bradley
It's coming
now.
back.
And do you think that like affected it? Is what
I
I'm trying to
do.
say.
I do think it does.
Because I do too. Because guys, when they're on campus, like they see the energy and that's why so many recruits that were from Illinois stayed home instead of in like the late 2000s when you saw like Derrick Rose, Jabari Parker, Jahlil Okafor all leaving to go out of state to these bigger programs.
Yeah, and I think also too, just overall, Champaign has.
You don't like him? Come on, he's amazing.
He's amazing.
DeMonte.
He's amazing.
For what
you think he's an amazing offensive
He's
player?
my favorite player.
100% from three this game.
Yeah. He's shooting like 23% on the year from
it's
three.
because it started so bad. As of late, he's been good. He's a good guy.
He's been better.
I love him.
EJ Liddell, I love for Ohio State.
Yeah.
He's maybe my favorite.
I've seen your Twitter background picture.
He's maybe my favorite. He might be my favorite basketball player ever.
Really?
I just, like he's like from where I'm from.
That's got to be a personal connection sort of thing.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it is. Like he's from where I'm from. Was a top 55 recruit, I think, around there.
Okay. See, I feel a similar way about Jalen Brunson.
Yeah.
Because I saw him play Lake Forest High School and drop 56 points.
Wait, you a
And
Stevenson kid?
Yeah. Oh, I'm not a Stevenson kid. I'm from Lake Forest.
Oh, okay.
So, like, I just watched that game and I'm like, this guy's amazing. So I'm guessing you have like a similar.
That's how it is for me too. Because first of all, like my favorite like basketball player, is someone who's 6'7", 6'6", like 6'8" a little bit, athletic, really good at defense, good rebounder, and can shoot the ball a little bit as well. And EJ is like all of those things. And I think if EJ gets to a point where he can consistently make jump shots, he's gonna have a very long NBA career because he's
really.
Like,
you think so?
yeah, because I think he's a perfect athlete. Like when you build a 2K player, who like how tall are you making him? 6'6", 6'7"?
You make him like
6'7"
6'9".
point guard.
6 what?
6'7" point guard.
Actually, yeah, I do that.
Make like a Magic
Making
Johnson guy.
LaMelo Ball.
Oh, God, no.
What do you
The
mean?
Ball family.
LaMelo Ball. Have you seen that guy's jump shot?
Yeah, it's wet.
It's not.
He shot really well in Australia.
No, he didn't.
What was his percentage?
It was like in the mid-20s, I'm pretty sure, from three. It wasn't great.
All right, I'm good.
I gotta look it up, but he went on really cold
He's getting
stretches.
lottery hype.
Oh, yeah, no, he'll probably be like a top 3 pick, but I'm
You know
pretty
what's
sure his
crazy?
shooting wasn't great.
Lonzo was a good shooter in college. He was efficient.
He was.
He has a really ugly jump shot.
But the thing is, the way that NFL draft scouts project players to the NBA, like 3-point shooting wise, it's by free throw shooting.
you were
not
so
really
right, by the way.
What
on
is
his
it?
percentages?
Dude, I was in Australia. I went to one of his games. I
Did
know.
you really?
Didn't we talk about this?
No.
Yeah, because I studied abroad in Australia last year. I went to one of his games. He was horrible.
Oh, look at that.
Look at his game against the Perth Wildcats. It was the game I went to. He was unbelievably bad.
He shot 25% from 3, and then it was 37% from the field. So yeah, no, he's not a very good shooter.
Come on, Alec.
But he
Come
averages
on, I know my
17
stuff.
points a game.
Yeah, okay, come on. Like, inefficient scoring at a volume level isn't that impressive.
I'm sorry. You know who he reminds me of?
Who?
You're not gonna like this comp at all.
Is this MCW?
It's Magic. Like watching
What?
LaMelo in transition reminds me a lot of Magic.
The thing
Only
with
in
LaMelo is
transition.
he's got great handles, and
he's a really good passer.
he's a really good He's a really good
court
but he's
vision.
also a pretty bad decision maker.
Yeah.
And he plays zero defense. Like Magic Johnson played amazing defense. And there might be certain aspects from his game that you like, but for me personally, I'm not a huge fan because he just doesn't do the things that NBA teams value. And defense is one of those things where you'll always get on the floor if you're a good defender, even though the NBA gets like a bad rap for that.
Can I add something really quick?
Yeah.
How painful would it be if Fran McCaffrey took our Big Ten title away?
It's not ours.
Quad champions, like the trophies in the stadium, everything, and then you.
Well,
see
we wouldn't
Fran
get the
McCaffrey.
trophy.
Yeah, you all get it. Coaches.
Yeah, I think you would because that's
Would
what
it
they
be
did
here
for-
on Sunday though?
Oh, if we win,
Well,
if Illinois wins
Clair
this
can
game,
attest to this. Like, he
trophy-
was probably watching the Northwestern Illinois women's basketball game. Northwestern got their trophy that same day when they clinched a share of the title.
It'd be really cool to be there on Sunday if they won the Big Ten. And
That'd be cool.
to see the
Oh, yeah.
banner go up and to see the trophy.
They would court storm, I think.
No, they wouldn't.
You don't think so?
They wouldn't
It's a
allow it.
difference. It's a championship. It's not like, oh, we beat Iowa. It's like, oh my God,
Would they? I
Illinois
don't
won their
know.
first
You don't think so?
championship
No.
in 15 years.
They wouldn't.
Well, they
allow
wouldn't
it.
raise the banner. Like,
They wouldn't raise the banner, but they would. The
that's gonna
trophy
take-
would come out.
that's not
Say,
gonna
it takes a minute to get that banner going.
Well, San Diego State actually raised their banner right when they clinched, and then they lost their first game of the season right after that.
What?
yeah.
Oh,
well, that's-
okay.
But
feel
I don't
like
think
it'd
Illinois would do it.
Yeah, well, having that banner on hand, I feel like is when they have the Super Bowl champions or whatever, and they have both teams like Super Bowl champion shirts like ready to go. And
Do you know?
then,
Do you know how many Atlanta Falcon Super Bowl champion shirts there are in Africa? There's
like a
bunch.
lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and they like end up shipping them to third world countries.
All right, we're going to have to get to a break. We're going to come back. We should get back around the same time that the Illinois game gets back. So we're going to get back from break, and this is Illini Drive. Welcome back into Illini Drive. Illinois basketball is up 20-10 on Ohio State right now. Make it 20-11 after an Ohio State free throw. Just a reminder that Illini Drive is brought to you by the University of Illinois Division of Intercollegiate Athletics, fightingillini.com. Unify, develop, inspire, achieve. All right, so while we were gone, Illinois continued to extend their lead a little bit. Kofi got a nice dunk. He also picked up his second foul around the 10-minute, 30-second mark. So it'll be interesting to see if Kofi gets back on the floor here in the first half. Georgie also has 2. So it'll be interesting. Do you guys expect to see Jermaine Hamlin here in the first half?
I'm really
Oh yeah,
hoping
he
not.
could eat up some minutes.
Maybe if it's like the last like 2 minutes, like a 2-minute break. But I mean, ideally Georgie would weather the storm. But I mean, EJ Liddell just got a dunk. So yeah, Alex boy. But I mean, as long as Illinois, I feel like can have maybe like a 5-point cushion, I wouldn't expect anyone other than Georgie to be in.
I could see Jermaine coming in.
Yeah, I mean, there is 10 minutes left in the half, so he'll probably need.
He's my buddy. I see him at the dorm all the time.
Oh, nice.
Really?
I'm not friends with him,
guys
but I
text?
see him all the time.
You said buddy. I was like,
know,
are
it's
you
a
like
joke.
boys? I've met Jermaine a couple times. He's kind of funny. He's kind of goofy.
I was hoping for like a Gabby and Samba relationship. Carson.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh,
I don't know. Jermaine's funny. He's kind of goofy. He makes me laugh. He's always having fun at like media availability. Like his practice is ending. You always see him like dancing around, like having fun, doing whatever. Georgie just picked up his 3rd foul, by the way. So you're probably going to see Jermaine Hamlin at some point.
yeah. I thought Underwood's rule was 2 fouls in the first half, and you're sitting out the rest of it.
The problem is that
Oh, there he
has
is.
to-
There he is. Jermaine.
Here comes Jermaine Hamlin.
Less than like 30 seconds of game time after talking about this.
Well, we knew it.
Yeah.
Psychic,
Yeah.
obviously.
This is where Illinois. Was one of my bigger concerns coming in though, because Ohio State is better at drawing fouls.
Caleb
Some-
Wesson, that's like his specialty.
Yeah, he picked up 2 though, so he was out for a majority of the first half too. Is if Kofi got into foul trouble, then would Georgie be able to stay out of it and give you some sort of production on both ends of the court? And Georgie now has 3 fouls and 0 points, so he's not giving you much on either side of the court. And now Kofi has 2 fouls, so now you're relying a little bit on Jermaine Hamlin, and you need your guards to now step up and play
I was
better.
kind of quiet.
I don't have his stats in front of me.
Like,
But-
he's not playing bad. It's just like I haven't really noticed.
You need Trent to start hitting shots.
Was that a
Yeah.
foul?
Yep.
It looked like it.
I don't know. I thought he got ball.
Let's see it. Keep going on the replay.
Yeah, I'm seeing that right now.
Eh.
Yeah, I thought it was ball.
Well, I think refs tend to be a little more liberal towards the home crowd in general.
I guess, but, like-
if that's what it comes down to.
Not just that, but also I feel like it has to do with the fact too that offensive players tend to get more calls, especially in a situation like that where you're making a quick drive to the basket.
It doesn't help that like he was basically reeling and he's swiping down at the ball.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
usually they're going to call that.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm not saying anything specific about the refs, but I think sometimes if like all other factors aside, that could tip it. But
What do you guys think of this lineup out there right now? Because we haven't really seen it all season. I mean, it's pretty
don't love
small.
it.
Yeah.
I mean, just because Jermaine is in there, and I don't feel like you can trust DeMonte to give you consistent minutes or consistent offense, regardless of what Carson has said in the first half of the show. I still don't know where that take came from. That
There's still-
DeMonte's
there
good
still are
offense.
three
Look
guys,
at the
though.
stats. He's good enough.
In other words,
Oh, God.
Ohio State's quickly shrinking it without Kofi on the floor. We came back from the break and Illinois was up 20-10. Then a quick free throw made it 20-11, and Ohio State's shrunk it to 22-18. Illinois is going to need to get Kofi back on the floor at some point in the first half, I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a tough second half, especially because if Kofi gets, even if he stays with just 2 fouls, Kofi tends to pick up fouls pretty quick. when
Oh,
he's in
that was
foul
nice.
Nice back cut by
Okay,
Io to get
Io.
an easy layup. Wouldn't you like to see him throw that down?
I'm fine with the layup. I mean,
I would like to see it,
against
though.
like a team that we're better than, yeah, but like this is a must-win game.
Yeah.
Just take the layup, take the
Yeah.
points.
What, he
Yeah.
can't dunk?
Well, I mean,
I
I'm
feel
cool
like
with
dunk
just a
is
layup.
riskier, though. Like, it's riskier to take a dunk versus a layup.
It's
so-
not like a transition dunk where he's wide open. Like
Right.
it's a backdoor cut where he basically has
Oh, yeah.
one step and he's got to go up with it. Like he doesn't have time to take a dribble and go off 2 feet.
Yeah.
Oh, flashback to 2005.
Yeah, they're
God,
gonna
that-
show
no,
the Sylvester shot. From the
congratulations.
corner. They
We don't
played
wanna
that
see
on
it.
the jumbotron before the game. Did you see that?
I didn't see that. I got the stream late.
It would be big, if Illinois won the national title that year, like it'd be bigger, but I feel like people forgot about it.
Yeah, they just played the Sylvester shot again.
Jeez.
Did you just love that? Just like the
Yeah.
gamemanship. Like Illinois playing jump around after Illinois upset Wisconsin. Like that was awesome.
That was pretty cool.
Like
I mean,
that was awesome.
to be fair, like you're gonna like it if you're the fans, and
Yeah.
if you're the other team's fans, you're gonna hate it.
Oh, if
Which-
I'm a Badger fan, I'm mad.
yeah, of course. Like
Do you think any Illinois player actually knows who Sylvester is?
No. God, no.
I feel like someone's got to tell them at some point.
Brad Underwood was coaching like Daytona Community College.
Brad Underwood definitely knows.
Yeah,
Brad
he knows. Yeah, he knows, but does he care? Like nobody. This was 15 years ago.
I mean, maybe like I know coaches love to use anything for inspiration. And
do you
that's-
remember in 2005 when we lost to Ohio State when they
No,
were like
but it's
5
not
years
even
old?
that. Like you can show like
it doesn't
It's what
matter.
this game means to them. Like coaches try to use any form of motivation. To
I think
inspire
the
their
motivation
players.
would be win the Big Ten this year. I don't think they're worried
Yeah.
about 15
Yeah,
years
because
ago.
I think bringing up, like, back in 2005 always comes off like the back in my day.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
that
kinda
has
true.
that, like, kind of connotation. Not that they're inherently the same thing, but.
They said over the PA system, Ohio State legend Matt Sylvester. I'm gonna pull up his numbers.
They're just
real quick.
really,
But he
really
averaged
strong.
6.2
It was like-
points
yeah.
per
No
game.
way
I
he
was
was
gonna
that
say.
good of a player.
It's less than 10 for sure.
He made one big shot in his entire career.
That jump started the Ohio State program though, because that was like Fad Mater's like signature win. Then they got
Odin Conley.
They made 2 Final
Of course,
Fours.
Mark
with Thad Matta.
Titus.
Sullinger, like they're
Of course, Mark Titus.
Of course, Mark Titus.
God. Okay, in his career, Matt Sylvester averaged 6.3 points.
I said 6.2.
That was
2.4
good.
rebounds and 1.8 assists. This is really gonna bother you. He was a career 29.9% three-point shooter, and he just happened to nail one in the corner to end Illinois' perfect regular season with less than like 5 seconds to go.
It's like you're just
Illinois.
stabbing me
It's
right
just
now in
so
the heart.
Illinois, right?
Bruce Weber said that was actually like the best thing that happened. He said that in like Big Ten Elite.
Yeah, I always remember him saying, "You don't want a loss, but if you're gonna have one, you're gonna learn from it."
Yeah.
It's just how life goes. I don't know if they would have beat Ohio State. It's like they're not making it to the national title game though.
Yeah, I mean,
Maybe you
but
don't get through the Arizona
To be fair,
game.
I'll trade that in for the Arizona game every day of the week.
Oh yeah.
Well,
for sure.
yeah, because in the end, it's like, it doesn't matter. Like
I
you
just-
win the national title, it's like, all right, you're
Oh.
39-1.
Now they're playing it on the.
I
Yeah.
saw that he's on half court. Okay.
Right now, he's a
Yeah, now
financial
they just played it
advisor
on
in
TV.
Columbus, and he's just
Yeah,
living
no,
off
'cause
of us.
I googled him and it was like, his LinkedIn was like the first thing that came up.
Yeah, that's how it works with all these guys.
Honestly, props to Ohio State for this role job. Like,
Yeah,
it's
they're
pretty
honoring
good.
some like national champion team tonight too. Like they totally brought this guy back.
Oh, is that why Jerry Lucas is here and Bob
Yeah.
Knight?
I'm
We didn't
surprised-
talk about Bob Knight.
Bobby Knight played there.
Yeah,
He was a Buckeye.
and
Really?
like him being out in the wild. I don't know.
He went back to Indiana a couple weeks
yeah,
ago.
yeah, and now he's at an Ohio State.
I feel
game,
bad for
like,
him.
I don't feel bad for
I don't
Bob.
feel bad for
Dude,
him
no,
at all.
it's just like how he's deteriorated. Like, dude, he's 79 years old. We have presidents that are running. Like, he seems like he's like 96.
That's a completely different story. though.
I'm
Do you
just
know
saying-
why Bob Knight left Indiana?
No, I'm talking
He
about.
choked.
Yeah,
a
he
kid.
choked.
No, I'm talking about his mental. Like, just you look at him, he's a feeble old man that like you would think he's he does not look like an 80 flat year old. Like there was
Oh, I thought you were saying you feel bad for him because like
no,
he's
I
not
don't feel.
welcomed at various schools in the country and his
No.
like image is ruined. I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like he choked a kid.
No, I'm just talking about
and he
what
did
looked.
definitely worse.
You know what
probably
got
for
him
us.
fired though? You know what got him fired?
He choked a kid.
Yeah, that's why.
no,
That's
Then-
what got him fired.
That's what got him fired.
No, a student was like, "Hey, Bobby, what's up?" And he grabbed him.
Oh yeah,
like
that is
this.
actually true.
And he was
This
like,
is
"You
true,
call
too.
me Mr. Knight," and then that was the last straw. That kid had a transfer.
And then he choked a kid. It's a
Well,
really
no,
good
no, he
30 for
choked a kid
30.
first,
Yeah, he did.
and then that thing happened.
That happened like directly after
Yeah.
it. If you ever get a chance, Carson, you should watch the 30 for 30
It was a good 30 for 30.
And Bob.
on Bob Knight.
Yeah.
It's one of my more favorite 30 for 30s.
I don't know about that.
The story of it's
There's
really good.
so
and I
many
didn't know
good
that
30 for
story at all.
30s.
I didn't either, but like, this is like so off topic. But
Did you
like,
watch the college football 150s?
A couple of them, they weren't that great.
I liked a couple of them.
They were all right. What were you gonna go with?
I was gonna go with. Have you seen the Reggie Miller one?
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah,
That one's
that's one of my favorite ones. The Allen Iverson one's not really a 30 for 30, but
That one's really good.
Did you guys see the OJ one?
the
The
OJ
series?
No, it was like they showed like the day OJ was like in the Bronco was like one of the most like important sports days. You know, you had Jack Nicholson.
Oh, I know which one you're talking
Yeah.
I
about.
don't think I've seen that one.
That one was good. It was just crazy, like how many events there were that day.
It's called like the day the sports world changed for the rest of our lives.
Is that what it
or
is?
Something along
Yeah.
those
That's a
lines,
30
yeah.
for 30.
Yeah, because the Knicks game, something happened with the Knicks.
It was the finals for
the
I think it was-
Rangers were in the finals against the Devils. Jack Nicholson, the World Cup at Soldier Field. There was like just so many things that day, but everybody was just focused on the white Bronco.
Yeah, on O.J. Simpson. Yeah.
Yeah.
In other news, Ohio State shrunk the lead down to 2.
Hmm.
In other news, Illinois needs Kofi to get back on the floor.
Yeah, hopefully they can ride the storm for a little bit longer, but Kofi's probably going to have to come back in like the under 4, I'd say. Maybe earlier.
Yeah.
Big shot.
Oh,
They're not making the shots.
Come on, DeMonte, you got to take that.
Allen makes that almost all the time too.
I'll take an open corner 3. Oh,
Yeah.
there's my favorite player making a good pass. Oh,
Nice
there-
post entry,
Yep. He's really good at
and
those.
it's tied.
It's quickly tied. Kofi's got to. Brad's going to have to break his rule. He's going to have
Yeah.
to. You can't fall too far down.
Yeah, it's going to be tough because how's he going to play defense in the second half? I mean, Caleb Weston's just going to be going at him every single play.
I mean, Weston has 2 as well, though.
Yeah, but I mean, Kofi, like, I feel like you're just going to play him straight up and you're going to hope that Kofi can hit shots over you. But, like, Weston has, like, a pretty good touch around the rim. So it's a little different. You know what I mean?
There's no flow to the offense at all right now.
Yeah. It's just complete freelance.
This is when, like, I feel like you have to get it to Io and just let him create.
Yeah.
And put a shooter in the corner.
The weave stuff is just not working right now.
Yeah, no, well, it never works.
Yeah, that's true.
You put Io with the ball, Felice in one corner, Felice in one corner, Allen in another corner. You allow Felice to cut to the basket for a layup if needed. Or
The
kick
problem
it
is
to
look
Allen
how
in the corner.
small this lineup is right now.
Yeah.
I mean, Kipper's the biggest guy, and that's saying something.
And Illinois hasn't played small at all this year.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to go to break. Right after this quick Illinois possession, it looks like they're calling the
24 seconds.
shot clock violation. DeMonte wanted a foul, but he's not going to get it. All right, we're going to go to break. It's tied 24-24 with 5:25 left. Just a reminder, Illini Drive is brought to you by the University of Illinois Division of Intercollegiate Athletics, fightingillini.com. Unify, develop, inspire, achieve. All right, we're back on Illini Drive for our last segment, the C block, as we like to call it around here and in the journalism world. Since we've left you, I would assume he was completely taken over. He's gotten 2 layups, and he hit a 3 as well. So look at that. Look at Io doing what he does best, just taking over, hitting big shots, especially in transition with a couple nice layups.
I mean, this is exactly what he does every single game. You see it consistently that Io in transition is one of the best transition players in the country. I mean, when he gets it, it's something that like Derrick Rose had a lot when he was with the Bulls, where he just controls the ball like a running back.
Mm-hmm.
And he really is able to just take it so you can't steal it, and then he just gets to the rim easily. And you saw it with the last couple of plays. And, of course, the athleticism's there, the touch is there. There's a reason why he's going to be he's all Big Ten first team, right?
I would put him there, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, at worst, second team. And, like, that's the high praise we're basically giving him.
I think he's been playing too well as of late in the last week and a half, 2 weeks. I don't know,
Since the injury?
Yeah, since the injury, I think he's probably locked up. Like, I would put him on there.
I mean, okay, so who would be ahead of him? Like,
I would put Cassius on it.
Cowan's the interesting one.
Yeah, I think Cowan is his biggest competitor for Big Ten first team.
Because, yeah, is it guards and forwards? I'm not exactly sure.
Yeah,
of the format.
I would put, there's not a center position. I would put Garza and Jalen Smith on it, both of them.
I'd put Wesson. Probably.
I would put
Lamar. No. Probably
he's
Lamar,
interesting
yeah.
too, because you can put him as a guard.
Lamar Stevens, really?
You can put him as a guard for this, because I think he was on it last year as a guard.
Was he actually?
I think he made first team All Big Ten.
He's
last
what?
year.
Like, isn't he like 6'7" though?
Yeah, but that's just like that awkward size, you know?
I guess, but he plays like a forward. He doesn't really play like a guard. Like when I think of Lamar Stevens, I think of like a power forward that can handle. I know it's like a little arbitrary because, I mean, in college basketball especially, it's really more of a guard forward system. But I don't feel Lamar Stevens is a guard.
He's almost like a stretch 4
Yeah, that's fair.
that handles the ball a lot.
He's unique. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Like you just don't see a lot of Lamar Stevens on the floor.
He's just I'm a big Lamar Stevens guy, actually. I like him a lot.
I honestly wasn't a huge fan because, I mean, frankly, I didn't watch Penn State a lot. And then
Yeah.
last year when they came here, and I mean, him and Mike Watkins just destroyed Illinois.
Mm-hmm.
And Lamar Stevens, I was like, this guy's legit. I mean, he has 2,000 points in his career. How can you not buy into that at this point?
He started every game in his career at Penn State.
That's unbelievable. I mean, it's Penn State, but still, like
That's hard to do.
yeah, he's like revitalized this. I wouldn't even say revitalized because I can't remember the last time they were even relevant. Like
They're never relevant.
Yeah, he's created this system.
When was the last time Penn State made the tournament?
2011.
2011.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was impressive. How'd you know that?
I just remember some things. It's common knowledge.
You know,
Is that common knowledge?
you
Yeah.
have to cite that in a paper.
Okay.
Like if you're like writing an essay, are you citing that
Oh,
information?
you're
Or you-
definitely citing.
No, I've gotten in trouble with that a lot of times. I'm like, I just know it, and they're like, no, that's not true.
Yeah, you definitely got to cite that because even stuff I
just
know, I'll
Google it,
cite.
You'll find a source.
No, I know that. Like, I remember I wrote like an electoral college paper, and I was like, Trump won 304 electoral votes, and she was like, how did you know that? I'm like, because I watched it, and then like I had to I got in
Because
trouble.
I was there.
Yeah.
I lived it.
I was tuned in.
Yes, I was watching CNN that night.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got
that
fouled.
I think most people were paying attention to that night, though.
Okay. So Illinois, I think, just called another timeout.
Lots happening.
Yeah,
All
a
right,
lot
now
is going
You're
on.
ahead of me now.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. I'm just like we were at the same time. Just-
See, this is when I wish I had sound so I could figure out what was actually going on. But I think Illinois just called another timeout, which if it means they get another possession before the half, I'm all for it.
You got to get some closed captions.
Yeah, I was going to say, turn on closed captions.
I can do that. I can do that right now. No, they called a foul. That's huge.
Nice.
So Illinois
Save the
gets to go
timeout.
to the free throw line with a 1-and-1 for Andres Feliz, which I'm actually okay with.
Oh, are we at the same page now?
Yeah, he just made the first.
Okay, you're ahead of me.
Okay, so we're good. Sorry. not
Alex
sure I'm free.
he's got to be ahead. He's the host. He's got to control it.
Well, if you would have just supplied your TV, we would have it.
What? I don't have a TV. I offered the starter money for a TV.
All right, he makes
I mean,
both.
you could also just like get a projector and just hook up your computer.
Well, I don't have a
Put it on
projector.
Where's it? We don't have a good wall for that though.
I mean,
You have a point.
what about right here? Oh, we'd have to take stuff down. That's the problem.
I don't know. We figure it out. Anyway, Illinois is going to go into the half with a lead. They're going to go into the half with a 37th. No, they did not call. Oh,
Oh, come on, Trent. You should have just let that go.
yeah, he should have. You're right. Either way,
he didn't realize for sure. He didn't realize how much time was there.
okay. So Illinois, at one point, they had a 20 to a
9.
10 lead,
9, right?
20-9 maybe.
They're up 11 because that Kofi stat I remember is like 15-4.
Yeah, 15-4.
And-
Ohio State outscored Illinois 15-4 at one point with Kofi out of the game. Io then goes on a run by himself where he hits a bunch of shots, and Illinois is now going into the half with a 7-point lead.
I'll take that. I'm very happy with it, especially since Kofi didn't have to come back. He's going to be fresh for that
That's
second half.
true.
And he's going to have 3 fouls he can use, which is huge. I mean,
Io in the first half, 14 points, 6 of 8 from the field, and 3 rebounds.
this is the guy we've seen all year. I mean,
Got 14 points in the first half against the
This
Big
is-
Ten
and
team
look
on
how
the road.
efficient it is.
we saw this against Penn State.
No, I know.
We've
but-
seen him take over halves and control
but against
games.
Maryland, he was like 4 for 12. Like he's had.
Yeah, I mean,
games
obviously he's
where-
going to have. Like,
That's what I'm
bad-
saying. He's 6 or 8. That's
No,
so
he's been
efficient.
fantastic today.
Love Io. He should have number 11 in the Raptors. I swear.
You know, this is something I've thought about a lot
Oh.
recently.
He brought us back from the dead.
I feel like it's a lot of factors, though. Like, he's the main factor, but there's
He's
a lot of stuff.
pipeline,
that goes.
guys.
I
He
think-
deserves to be recognized.
I think if they make a run in the NCAA tournament, he deserves it.
Sweet 16.
How far would no Sweet 16? I don't think they.
I think
Oh.
Sweet 16, the conversation becomes very serious at a half.
No Sweet 16 since we were 5 years old. That is like, think about it. This has been a doormat program.
When you think about some of the other players that are up there, though, like the ones that we know, so like James Augustine's not up there.
Yeah.
And James Augustine played 4 years here and was Illinois' all-time blocks leader.
And he was a huge
What
part
do
of their.
What do
run
you
to the
do,
national
though?
title.
You know, it's not like the program was going down at that point. Like, Io, when he got here, no NCAA tournament from 2012. He gets here, improves, and now Illinois has a chance to win the Big Ten.
That's why I think Io deserves the conversation. I'm not saying he deserves to have it happen
Oh, yeah.
for sure, but I think the conversation deserves to at least be had.
All right, I'm willing to have the conversation. I think I'd like to see what he does in the tournament because if we make Elite Eight, Final Four, I'm 100%.
I don't
okay
think
with
the
that.
difference between a Sweet 16 and round of 32 is going to change the trajectory of the program, though. I think what he's already done with really helping us. I think it's good enough already.
What happens if this team, let's say, they win a share of the Big Ten?
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Let's say they get to the semifinals of the Big Ten tournament and they
Uh-huh.
lose in like the round of 32.
Fine.
You'd be okay with putting
Yeah,
them
because they're
after?
going to be a 7 seed. It's the point of where Illinois was before. You know, and like for being a Chicago kid where they've struggled to get recruits from there, Io's importance cannot be overstated.
I understand that, but for me, like putting a jersey in the rafters, especially,
It's not
It's
retired, it's just recognized. He deserves to be
wouldn't it be
recognized.
retired then?
No, there's so many numbers.
These numbers up there.
Yeah. Like number 11 was
okay, yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. I guess from that standpoint, yeah, I mean, it is paying respect to him. I just like putting your jersey in the rafters to me, especially with like these high level, like extremely historic teams like Illinois, which is a historic team.
Yeah, it's a top 15 program of all time.
Right.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. And it just means something more. It's more significant than if like even a Wichita State put a number in the rafter. A team that's had tremendous success recently, but doesn't have that history.
Yeah, I was going to say that the team in that state with history would be KU.
But where would like Illinois realistically be without Io this year? Would they be a 15 and 16 team? I mean, it's like bringing back a program that's just been struggling for so long.
I think the only reason if Io's number, we wouldn't be having this conversation. I don't think if Io wasn't here if Io didn't come here during the longest tournament drought in program history, or one of the longest tournament droughts in program history. Like if Io comes here after like 2013, let's just say that.
Yeah, it's
after
not
you go
the
to
same.
the tournament, like you're not having the same conversation. But because he came to Illinois when he did, and the program was a mess, and you also have to remember that last year was the worst year in Illinois basketball history, single season wise, in terms of win-loss percentage. But what he's done here in the 2 years that he's been here is a lot for the program, and what he's meant to the program, I think, is a lot. But I don't necessarily know if it guarantees that it happens. Maybe Iowa's importance now seems a lot more important than it really will in like 5 to 10 years from now.
Like you have to wait and see.
I think that is very. I think like your arguments, your guys' arguments are fair. I just think, for me personally, like to have your jersey in the rafters, it means a lot. And I think like tournament success has to be at least partially taken into account.
Which is why I like Luther's numbers up there.
Yeah, I mean he's
like Luther was the third best player on a Final Four team, national title team.
There's like 3 guys from 89.
like you don't see Matt McQuaid's jersey going in Michigan State's rafters, but it's a different situation.
Yeah, because Izzo's made 7 Final Fours before he got there. You know, like Io's the best player. McQuaid was like the 3rd or 4th best player on the team.
Yeah, but also to be fair, you're not going to see Malcolm Hill's jersey probably in the rafters. I know it's a completely different situation,
but whereas Io is where Malcolm Hill's a 3rd all-time leading scorer though.
Yeah, I mean, significance like plays a role because of the drought, and the fact that Illinois is going to make I think they're a lock at this point to make the tournament. Wouldn't you guys say? And that means something because we've endured the Rutgers loss to hold us out of the tournament. We've endured.
That was the best thing that happened, though.
You think that was because it got
John Gross.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Fair. Yeah, that is probably fair.
Yeah.
But what I'm trying to say is like, I can understand how valuable he is to this program.
Mm-hmm.
I just think to acknowledge that someone is of the history, basically, I think you have to have success in the tournament. That's just my personal opinion.
Yeah, and I think part of it too is because Io is a current player. I think kind of, when you put the jersey up, a little time has passed since they last played, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I think, we can definitely have this conversation now, but I think, you're going to see more of it after Io leaves the university.
Absolutely, I'd agree with
I
that.
think an interesting comp, I pulled up the jerseys that are in the rafters, and we got to get out of here pretty soon, is Frank Williams. Frank Williams is here for 2 years. During his 2 years, from 2000 to 2002, he was an All-Century team member, earned Wooden Award All-American team honors in 2001, and was a 2002 honorable mention. Was a Big Ten Player of the Year and Big Ten Silver Basketball winner in 2001. First team All-Big Ten in 01 and 02. Was a Wooden Award nominee in 01 and 02. Ranked 17th on Illinois' all-time scoring list with 1,440 points, which I don't think Iowa's that close to. I would need to see where that's at. A career 14.3 scoring average, which he's actually probably very close to. He ranks 9th in school history and career assists at 432 and 4th in career steals at 212. Holds the Illini record with the most free throw attempts in a game, 24. Illini team MVP in 01 and 02 after helping Illinois to shares the Big Ten title in each season. So Frank Williams here, during his time, Illinois won. He won a Big Ten title in both of those seasons that he was at Illinois. Mm-hmm. But he accomplished a lot more, I feel like, in his 2 years than Iowa will accomplish in his 2 years in terms of individual accolades. Like, Iowa is not going to be, especially as a freshman, he wasn't a Wooden Award mention. He might be this year. He was on the list a couple weeks ago.
The 25 list?
He was on the list a couple weeks ago. He wasn't first team All-Big Ten last year. He might be this year.
He was honorable mention, right, last year?
He was freshman honorable mention.
Was he? He was freshman first
All-Big
team.
Ten. Yeah. He might have been an honorable mention second team or something.
Yeah.
And, I mean, he might not even be an 1,000-point scorer.
Yeah,
I feel like
what he's at?
He's at 902 right now, so he'll probably end the game.
He'll be close.
Probably at like 925.
He'll be
like
really,
that.
really close.
So he'll get close, yeah.
I feel like people will remember the clutchness, like the clutch factor.
That's true.
The game, like how many games.
You'll remember the Michigan
this year?
State game. You'll remember the
Wisconsin, Michigan.
The Wisconsin
State.
Michigan.
So many games.
You'll just remember the atmosphere because he did bring that energy, that electricity to Champaign that we haven't seen since Brandon Paul and DJ Richardson and Tyler Griffey beat Indiana. Like, there's been that aspect lacking, and Iowa's definitely brought it.
All right, that's all the time we have for this edition of Illini Drive. It's been a good week. Hopefully we can come back on the Monday show and talk about a Big Ten champion Illinois basketball team.
That'd be nice.
That would be great because I want to talk about it on Tuesday as well. Have a safe weekend, everyone, with it being unofficial, and it is Illini Drive.